3857, which is an advantage of using a CG hook for a winch toe rather than the nose hook. A. A greater percent of the line length can be used to reach altitude. B. Maximum release altitude is limited. C. It is the safest method of launching. The correct answer is A. The CG hook, also known as the center of gravity hook, is located closer to the center of the glider's fuselage compared to the nose hook. This positioning allows for a greater percent of the line length to be used during a winch tow, resulting in a higher climb rate and the ability to reach a greater altitude. By using the CG hook, the glider can achieve a more efficient climb, maximizing the potential of the winch launch. 3858. To stop pitch oscillation, porpoising, during a winch launch, the pilot should A. Release back pressure and then pull back against the cycle of pitching oscillation to get in phase with the undulations. B. Signal the ground crew to increase the speed of the tow. C. Relax the back pressure on the control stick and shallow the angle of climb. The correct answer is C. Pitch oscillation, also known as porpoising, is a cyclic variation in the glider's pitch attitude during a winch launch. To stop this oscillation, the pilot should relax the back pressure on the control stick. By doing so, the nose of the glider will lower, reducing the angle of climb. Shallowing the angle of climb helps to stabilize the glider and prevent further pitch oscillation. It is important for the pilot to maintain a smooth and steady climb during the winch launch to avoid pitch oscillation. 3859. A pilot plans to fly solo in the front seat of a two-place glider which displays the following placards on the instrument panel. Minimum pilot weight equals 135 pounds. Maximum pilot weight equals 220 pounds. Note seat ballast should be used as necessary. The recommended towing speed for all tows is 55 to 65 knots. What action should be taken if the pilot's weight is 115 pounds? A. Add 20 pounds of seat ballast to the rear seat. B. Add 55 pounds of seat ballast to obtain the average pilot weight of 170 pounds. C. Add 20 pounds of seat ballast. The correct answer is C. Based on the given information, the pilot's weight is 115 pounds, and the minimum pilot weight required is 135 pounds. To bring the weight up to the required minimum, an additional weight of 20 pounds is needed. To satisfy the moment conditions, the 20 pounds of additional weight should be placed in the same forward seat location as the pilot's weight. This means that option C, which suggests adding 20 pounds of seat ballast, is the correct choice. Therefore, the appropriate action to be taken if the pilot's weight is 115 pounds is to add 20 pounds of seat ballast to the front seat in order to meet the minimum weight requirement and maintain the proper weight distribution for the glider. 3860. A pilot plans to fly solo in the front seat of a two-place glider which displays the following placards on the instrument panel. Minimum pilot weight equals 135 pounds. Maximum pilot weight equals 220 pounds. Note seat ballast should be used as necessary. The recommended towing speed for all tows is 55 knots, 65 knots. What action should be taken if the pilot's weight is 125 pounds? A. Add 10 pounds of seat ballast to the rear seat. B. Add 10 pounds of seat ballast. C. Add 45 pounds of seat ballast to obtain the average pilot weight of 170 pounds. The correct answer is B. The placards on the instrument panel indicate the acceptable weight range for the pilot. In this case, the minimum pilot weight is 135 pounds. If the pilot's weight is 125 pounds, which is still below the minimum, additional weight needs to be added to bring the total weight within the acceptable range. Adding 10 pounds of seat ballast will increase the overall weight and ensure that the glider is properly balanced for flight. 3876. What corrective action should the sailplane pilot take during takeoff if the tow plane is still on the ground and the sailplane is airborne and drifting to the left. A. Crab into the wind by holding upwind, right, rudder pressure. B. Crab into the wind so as to maintain a position directly behind the tow plane. C. Establish a right-wing low drift correction to remain in the flight path of the tow plane. The correct answer is B. To maintain a position directly behind the tow plane while flying in windy conditions, the pilot of the glider should apply a crab angle. Crabbing into the wind involves aligning the aircraft's heading into the wind while maintaining a desired ground track. By applying a crab angle, the glider will be able to counteract the effect of the crosswind and maintain its position behind the tow plane. This is achieved by using the rudder to point the nose of the glider into the wind, while keeping the wings level to maintain the desired ground track. By crabbing into the wind, the glider will experience a slight sideways drift, but the heading will be aligned with the tow plane's flight path. This technique allows the glider to maintain a safe and stable position during the tow, despite the crosswind.